And thank you for joining us again this week on Half Hour Henshin, up to episode 19. Soon we'll have actually done this 20 times.
I know, right? Next
Honestly,
week and next
next
week.
week, yeah, next week we're up there. But we got some very good episodes to talk about you with this week. But as always, I am Sleepy Witch Art, and joining me is
DJ Azure, the 2.5D hero talk tuber.
all right, and let's get into my favorite parts of talking about these little, especially these new things, the new edits to the intro,
Oh
especially
my
for
god.
Geets, the buffer on the like reverse side with the Jamato plants growing behind them.
Yeah, it's heavy, man.
It's
Like,
heavy, and then we get to see the usual like the five rider lineup, and then we get to see like the reverse of just one thing. The reverse lineup having just buffer, it like off to the side instead of like in the middle implies that
mhm.
there will be more like fallen riders to join at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, and talking about intros, I mean, like just the episode starting off with basically what is the reality show intro, and I'm like, this is funny.
And then
This
our
is
boy
so
Ty-
funny.
and then our boy Tycoon gets Mike Wazowski'd.
Yeah. Oh man. So
Everyone,
tokusatsu related. So pretty much I've been doing a watch party for SSSS Gridman, and we've been joking around like the day before because that's when we started. Was hashtag Stop Anti Abuse because Anti gets bullied a lot in that show. So during this episode, one running joke that we are going to be saying is hashtag Stop KO Abuse because
yeah. They really were a little mean to him this time.
yeah, like at least he got ninja, which is nice to start off with, and it's weird because like it's weird seeing like Geet start off with boost, but
Yeah, I think at this point Boost might become more his thing than anything else,
mhm,
but I mean it makes sense with him getting the other belt near through the end. I love everyone's new little poses for the intro again. Everything's very
mhm.
cool. I think it's very funny that it was delinquent Jamatos this time for their little theme. They looked
Yeah,
awesome. I loved all the ones that were actually wearing wigs.
that is it's really good. I love it so much.
Then we get a very cool Drew pension. Uh, I kind of wish Sparrow had a different buckle. I feel like the brown and the yellow blue don't work as well, but
hmm
it's
But it's
not
also,
bad.
but yeah, but it's also interesting that that apparently Ace does know them because they were apparently finalists in previous rounds.
And
So
they
I'm
were
really
finalists.
curious.
Yeah, they were finalists who were good enough. Like they didn't win, but they were good enough to not die.
hmm
Which says a lot.
Yeah. And then another thing too is that we get a new game master who is weird.
I love him.
Yeah, what is his name? Chiram or yeah, like he's so weird.
I
Uh,
Yeah, his name is Chiram. I love his little like that he has the glasses where you can like pull up the shades. They're
mhm.
very cool. I'm vibing with his energy. Uh, Now they reveal everything that they're doing like a share house as well for this, which is
Yeah,
really
really,
good.
really leaning into the game aspect of this, which is really funny. Like just like a total, yeah, just a total reality show.
I
And
also
then
really like that now that they're leaning more into the point, like before it was like the desired deity, but now they're calling it the Deziety, and then they're also
mhm.
there's the Dzat. They're going with the like marketing puns.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's crazy. And then we just get a tiny bit of what Buffa's up to.
yep,
Just a little bit.
just a
Yeah.
bit. And I mean, it seems like he is going to be trying to be swayed with the you want the power to crush riders, which is, I mean, that's been
Mhm.
his main motivation so far. Uh,
Yeah.
and then K-Lo gets thrown off a couch. Everyone's splitting up the room.
Yup. And yeah, once again, hashtag stop KO abuse
It's not KO
because
abuse. I'm gonna be honest. I also didn't like that. Like I don't know. It's one thing for this new lady, but I didn't like that. Also, like Neon basically just throws him out. Like
well, I mean,
it's
it's just more of a boys out type of deal. So it's, I mean, it
yeah.
it it semi makes sense, but it's like it's not like mean.
I know, but she literally like chugs it to the ground. I was like, why do you gotta be so mean to him? He's doing his
Yeah,
best.
yeah. But man, it's and then we meet Jean, who's very interesting,
I
very
feel like
bright.
I feel like this guy's gonna have a writer transformation at some point.
Definitely, like he might be the new Glare. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean the new glaive should be Cherim if they're just doing it with the like being the guy,
hmm
but we never know. And now we got the disaster. Do you have any ideas, or who do you think the disaster is at this point?
It's really hard because I mean, from what we could see is that honestly, the smart dude, I've already forgotten their names, the two of them,
Yeah,
but that's
he's the
because of
sparrow. Yeah.
watching. Yeah, the Sparrow. He's I want it to be him because it seems way too obvious.
See,
But at the same
my
time, it seems way too obvious. But it could also be the wolf because Lobo, her name I believe
yes.
was, because she's a little bit more low key,
Yeah,
and that's what I
my
say wanted
okay.
to do stuff like that.
My biggest thought would have been, and it kind of gets refuted at the end with the preview for the next episode, but my legitimate thought through it was like, I feel like maybe they made Tycoon the disaster and just didn't tell him.
That
I
makes
I
sense.
don't think it'd be Geets, because since the company really wants to make sure he doesn't win, it seems like the disaster would have like some sort of advantage if he makes it to the end. So I just don't think they'd make it Geets, but also it's kind of like, I don't know. So I just really don't think it's Geats, but at the same time, it's like they could do it just to throw you off. I don't know.
hmm Yep.
But
Yeah, but it's just it's all really interesting. Like we basically see there, which is that I want all the world's knowledge, and then we have I want to keep my physical prowess, and it's like that makes sense for the two of them. It seems a little bit too on the nose, but honestly, like
yeah, but I mean, other
I'm
than Geats, all of the wishes are pretty on the nose. Kay was a good
hmm
boy, so he wants to revive everyone. Neon
hmm
is wants love, which is basically super in line with her character. Uh,
hmm
I like getting to see everything from the little station with Jean, where he's seeing. I like that there was the one good student, Jamato, and he gets killed
yeah.
just for the secret mission.
But
Uh,
actually, talking about the secret mission, like, well, a couple things. Number one, just the fact that he gets the movie driver, the was it the Gigant driver or power driver,
yeah,
and
something like that.
to go along with the Apex Legends aesthetic, we finally get Fortnite because he was
True.
building.
It's true. He finally got the building material, which is very funny. Uh,
Yeah,
I do like that
yeah,
you can
it's
set like a little guy in there. He has the builder mode. He builds an office. The
mhm,
whole shtick with the Jamato was really funny. Uh,
mhm,
and then Lobo just basically goes to try to steal the kill, but
mhm,
Geets finishes it off in the end. The hammer was really sick. The sword was awesome for like the finisher. And then we find
yeah,
out the main crux of this game, which is audience appeal.
yeah. Which is that is one of the best. Like that is such an awesome twist. I love it so much.
But also
Like
seriously Rip Tycoon though.
I know hashtag Stop Kalo Abuse.
Yeah, hashtag stop Tycoon Abuse.
Oh man, yeah, he just got bullied so hard. But it's
Yeah.
really cool though, like the fact that points don't matter as much anymore. It's just about
Yeah, it's
it
not
literally is just
combat
appeal.
prowess, it's about appeal now. And then we get to
Yeah.
see the big thing from this episode, which is not the Panchiro.
Yeah, Shiro's back, and I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, Kyoru Blue's back, back, and I'm like, no way,
Yeah,
no
so
way.
hopefully for next episode he'll be added into the reverse side with Buffa. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Uh
I also love how he says, rescuing people is just a habit. Like, I
like
love that. How they just,
continuing the thing, yeah, continuing the conversation from before.
just the fact that like all the reasons why they remember, like they're realizing that Jamato are previous players is the fact that that they are it's just the fact that what was it they are that they're saying their catchphrases or they're saying like a memorable line,
Yeah, just to like
and I love
remind
it.
you who they are. It's pretty good. And then we get our new rule, which is that one of them is the disaster, and if they survive unmasked to the final round, they can seize
Mhm.
the crown of the Desiree for themselves, which
Which
is
also
cool.
might work. Yeah, which also might work for Ace as well too, because Ace is so obviously like anti everyone that they like they could just could just keep accusing him and he just denied because just saying, oh, it's just me being a dick as usual.
Yeah, but they think it's Tycoon in this next episode in the preview, and he needs to prove his innocence, so they might kick him out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really funny because now they're doing the like Survivor that you've been voted off the island, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah. At the
rip
same
Tycoon.
time, just like any game of Among Us or Mafia, normally the person making the accusations tends like making the accusations the loudest
Yeah,
tends to be the main villain. So it might also be Sparrow for that reason too.
yeah, it's hard. They like haven't given us any information to go on for it yet, so it's one of those
Hmm.
things. But in between, in between episode talk, I'm very excited. I will be watching Shin Ultraman tonight. Uh, I haven't
I
even
still
really
need to
seen
watch
any
that.
Ultraman, so I'm excited to see how this movie's like. I know me and Azure at some point gonna watch some Ultraman for this podcast, but
I actually did talk to someone. I did talk to the really big Ultraman fan in my community, and they said the two that we should watch are OG Ultraman and Ultraman Z
okay,
or Z.
in
Yeah,
that
those
order.
or like just said those two were like the best ones to go with. I can't remember the exact reasoning why because I think I was building a model at the time on stream and I was like probably huffing way too many thinner fumes. But let's not
That
talk
is
about that.
that is how that paint thinner stuff goes.
Hmm.
All right, I mean we'll start with OG Ultraman, I think then.
Yeah, I just need to find them. But they also did say that a big reason why Two for Ultraman Z is that it's actually free on YouTube. Um,
Oh,
yeah, in honor of the writer of the series because the writer of the series apparently passed away during the production, and yeah, it's kind of their way of honoring him to like
yeah,
let everyone see his story.
that's really nice. It's really cool. I always
Mhm.
like when they try to do something like that for people. Oh, man, that's a little rough. It always sucks hearing out, people pass away during productions and not being able to like fully finish their stuff, but
Mhm.
that's life, and yeah, that's life. But
Yeah,
now speaking about that new Dawn Brothers, we got an episode, that's for sure.
it is dense. It answered so many questions and still made us question more.
Yep. I loved the beginning with Haruka and everyone looking at her manga and basically being like, this doesn't make any sense, but also being like it being the little preview for everything that's about to come with
Yeah, and then Jiro still trying to force his way into the friendship, and no one wants him there.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
so it's slightly sad, but it's also funny. And then we have Haruka's aunt flirting with Inuzuka again.
I love that. That's so funny. Like I love that she's trying to flirt with him. She has no idea. This guy's out here.
Hmm.
We're going back to the bestial death. I love how
Yeah,
awkward he feels like when like cops like salute him then.
yeah. And then he sees like a mascot character, and then basically like shows that they answered how Inuzuka escaped the forest, and it's because of Shina Naoki.
I love
And it's really funny.
Shinano.
Yeah, and it's really funny too because that they hinted at it because she actually takes out the hobby scalpel to cut down the tree.
Yep. I
Yeah.
love that she used the little exacto knife that you normally use for the screen tones and stuff for the manga. It was
Hmm.
really good. Then we get more manga talk with the preview being about like, oh, there's two protagonists. This is dumb.
Yeah, and then Jiro once again saying it's like let me see this, and then it's like it's awesome, and then like Haruka just brushing him off.
I
Oh
also
my
love
god.
how bad Inuzuka's drawing of Shinadaki.
Yeah,
But
and once again,
due to pure hatred in her heart, Haruka recognizes it.
the other funny thing about it too is that like he literally just goes up, asks Kaito, "Hey, I need a pen and a paper," and immediately provides it. Just because he has it,
He's running a
which
very
gets
well stocked shop, okay?
yeah, a very well stocked shop. And then like the big like cross point of the episode is where we see Shina Naoki run off and get caught by Inuzuka. And then we see the second Murasame, who actually has like gold trim in their eyes, so you know which one's which.
Yeah, I really do like the gold trim. Very, very nice accents to the outfit.
Hmm.
Then
Yeah.
we get another funny chase scene going through. Real Murasame shows up and they fight. No one has any idea what's going on. Uh,
Yep.
they run off. They find out Shina Naoki's head falls off and it's Haruka.
Hmm. Yep,
which
and yeah.
which simultaneously then we get the new Saru brothers show up.
Yeah, it's so funny seeing that. And the best the best part about this is that is like, yeah, well, as we learned, this alternate Saru basically asks for rose hip tea, and the first thing Kaito says is something that we have never heard him before: we don't have that.
Yeah, yeah, because it's a drink from another universe technically.
Mhm. Yeah,
Them
this
being together,
show.
the Haru and Saru from that one side being together is also really funny.
Yeah, because it's like I think it's something that no one wanted to happen, and I think that's why they did it, probably.
Yeah, it's something I don't want to happen. I don't like it. It made me very uncomfortable. I
Yeah,
was
it's like
not happy
everyone's like,
about
it's
it.
like I don't. Yeah, it's like I don't like this. I don't like this, and I think everyone just watching is like, it's like they probably did this on purpose. They had to have done this on purpose because they
Yeah.
know people would hate it.
I also love Saru brother that can touch money. It's very funny.
Yeah, sorry, brother, that can touch money, and he's loaded.
And he's loaded. Haruka tries to kill Momoe with a straight punch, which he doesn't react to at all.
Yep. And apparently we learned that, yeah, apparently there are issues with the Dawn Bros in their world, which is
Okay,
kind of
and then we
crazy.
flip to my funniest part, which is the Cerebrums finding out there's the other Muramase, Sonoe basically taking the costume of off of Inuzuka and like taking it, but then also like going back to the cafe, and everyone's like, "Oh God, we forgot about Inuzuka.
It's so good.
We just left him out there. He's dying."
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh man, yeah, we see that. Yeah,
We had a very
like,
cute scene of Haruka and Haruka working together.
Mm-hmm.
We got the wabi sabi, the Tonka versus Haiku.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see that happen, and then like you were excited to see, we saw that Haruka gets to use the Plankin Phoenix, which is
Yes,
really nice.
which is really nice. The whole fight with like the multiple, I loved seeing the two Saru brothers fight together as well. They end up doing that. The little flip was very well coordinated.
Yeah, it's like we
Uh,
harmonized.
yeah, it was a good fight they do together, and she uses the golden Machitara. This brings me to my point. To they say there's some problems with the Don brothers and the other timeline or in the other universe as they go.
Hmm.
But then obviously she has some sort of lingering feelings for Taro because that's who she drew in the manga with her, you
Hmm.
know? And all I can think of is if she has the Phoenix, I'm like, is Taro dead?
Yup.
I feel like Taro's dead in the other timeline and she's just mad he left.
Hmm. Yeah, man. But yeah, there's so much. And also, I love how, like, it's like you finish the final panel, it's gorgeous, and then we get our dun 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 dun, dun, and then
Yep.
yeah, we get the ending song, and then the music cuts. Wait, I'm still a plagiarizer in this.
Yeah, that doesn't save me at all.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
like.
really good. And then it goes back and it cuts through and we get another shot of the original manga.
Mhm.
And then we get the it's all in my manga, so I'm wondering
Yeah, we see
what more is
that.
in there.
Oh man, but like, just like last week, remember how, like, you were talking about how it's like we were actually talking about how much less, like, Taro only matters in fights, and how I was mentioning that Haruka is basically the point of view character for us.
Yeah,
Like,
basically. I mean, it
it's
basically should
yeah.
just be her and Inuzuka since Inuzuka's on his own.
Hmm. Yeah, and talking about Inuzuka, the preview for the next episode, I think we're finally getting our roll call. I
Yep.
think.
And then we get a white lie and a dark truth, and
Hmm.
I'm not happy about the fact that we do see Sanoni like dead-ish.
Yeah, and then after, I mean, Future Saru even said something like, "I can't tell you about you and Miho," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yep,
Oh no.
and then we really unfortunately get to see the final slash against the quote unquote bestial Natsumi, and like I hope that's a fader. It's like, please say psych. I don't want her to be dead.
Yeah, and then let's not even talk about how we actually see Sonaza crying.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
boy has emotions now.
yeah, I
I,
have
I
no idea.
yeah, it looks like we're getting another dense episode next. I mean,
Yeah,
we still have
I'm scared about next
44,
week's
45,
episode.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We have 7 episodes left, but they are winding it down really nicely. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
they're finally answering stuff, but still like, you know, giving you like just teasing you a bit with like, you know, other answers that we're going to be getting with
that's
more
true.
questions.
This is
And
where
I'm
we're
like,
probably going to be talking a bit more about Dawn Brothers half than the Geats side, because Geats, you know, is still, it's like in the start of its first arc. We kind of have a bunch of
mhm,
stuff to establish, blah blah blah. But like Dawn
mhm.
Brothers is finally wrapping up, and it's like it's almost over, and all considering how dense the series is and how much has already been said, but how much still like needs to be said. It's like, whew, there's a lot that's gonna happen in these last 7 episodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. I'm excited to see like what other storyline, like what else is gonna happen, because it's been such a good
Yep.
ride so
And we're
far. Like,
fine. Yep. And I mean, we're finally starting to get, you know, with the bestial Natsumi, we're finally going to hopefully get just a resolution to the bestials and the stuff in general.
yeah, and then I mean, like, and because of like, you know, them like, you know, just throwing out plot points, like it might actually end up like we might be getting the roll call now, because we're probably gonna get like, you know, a final scene where like Jiro just turns into the main villain because they're the penguin. Like we might get something like that.
We
We
might.
might get something like
We have no idea yet. One of the other big things is going back a little bit. I like the fact that Haruka only becomes a plagiarist because if she becomes a Dawn brother, then future her is going to want a vacation.
yeah.
And she's going to accidentally screw herself over.
Mm-hmm. It's
Which
just
which I thought was really
insane.
funny, because I guess that means the same thing happened to the other lady who was Yellow Ranger for a bit, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, that was actually a really sad one, because like Haruka is able to just like, you know, deal with all the BS that comes with being a Don Bro, but you
Yeah.
know, the photographer one could not handle it.
And yeah, and the other big thing with that ended up being kind of sad. It's like if you think about it, a lot of like Taro's life basically doesn't change because he's a Dawn brother. He was always going to be
Mhm.
like that. Saru doesn't have like Saru just didn't do much otherwise. Uh PG life was actually kind of pathetic. And again, he doesn't like lose anything for being a Dunn brother. If anything, because he's a Dunn brother, is probably why he's become, you know, involved with Bestial Natsumi. So
Mhm.
realistically, his one quote unquote relationship comes from that. And then Inazuka is the only other person who kind of got dragged down because he got involved with the Bestials beforehand. But
Mhm.
it feels like Haruka is the one person that, like, because I became a Dawn brother, my life, which was in a certain path, got like derailed.
Oh, man. Yeah, but once again, that also just points out that yeah, Haruka is like the main character of Don Bros technically.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Again, the only thing being that she's not always the POVs, and sometimes we're dealing with Inazuka's side of the story. But I mean, Haruka's my favorite character, so I love it. I love the episodes that center around her. Uh, and this episode
Yeah,
was
this
really
episode
cute.
was great.
It was really cute. I like everything it was doing. Even when I am uncomfortable about seeing her and Saru brother together, that I don't like. But it's one of those things with like, okay, it's an alternate timeline. Let's let it go.
Mhm. It's yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, and I'm really excited.
I'm hoping that because she's seen that she can use it at some point, she'll take the Phoenix from Taro or do something.
Yeah, just make Taro angry. Like it's like, come Pelican, and she basically just like just overtakes the screen and just steals the show.
Yep,
It might be something funny like that, because that's something that the Don Bros would do.
it's true. Speaking about going back to Geet, speaking about something coming through. Even in this episode, the boost buckle just aims itself at Tycoon. Just smacked him this time.
Oh, talking about the buckle. Guess whose order is finally shipping?
I'm so happy. I'm glad you're finally gonna get your desire driver.
I'm finally getting my desired driver, and the funniest thing too is that I have the ninja, I have beat, I have it comes with a zombie and magnum anyways. It's like I have fever, I have jet and cannon, and
Yeah, I
I
need
have
to.
all those buckles. The
I
only
need
one I
to.
don't own is your favorite, which is monster.
Oh, that's true. My the one that I ordered for the comic shop arrived, but it looks like not right now. Bandai's having a sale for the base one for only being $50 with free shipping, and I'm like, I might pick that up anyway now instead because I don't know how much the one with zombies is gonna be, and I might just pick up like the buckles secondhand later.
Yeah, that might be the best. That might be the best thing to do.
I'm not in like a big rush to get everything as soon as I can, and
Mhm.
as we've talked about before, I gotta get my work stuff in order first. As much as
Oh
I want to
man,
spend all my money on toys,
yeah.
that'll be the one thing. The when you have your own like tattoo room, a lot of people decorate them. I want to get my room decorated with like the buckles and belts and stuff. I think that'll be cool.
Mm, yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Gonna be
Whew.
sick. But yeah, we had some really good episodes. I'm scared about next week's episode. Uh, on the Don Brothers side, I'm scared a little bit on the Geet side because again they're bullying Keiwa, and I just we already
Yeah.
lost them once. I don't want this to happen again.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I think in all my Among Us experience, normally it is the person that is the loudest. So I have a feeling it might just be Sparrow.
It might be Sparrow, but again, I don't feel like we have enough info, and with everything going on, it's one of those things where like, you know what I mean? Like the smart character always tries to point things out, so maybe he's trying to be smart, he's trying to figure it out. And
Hmm.
I don't know, I could still also be Lopo, just they're just staying quiet because there's no reason for them to say anything.
Hmm. Yeah, so it's gonna be a very interesting couple of weeks for this season, and I'm really wondering what Gene's whole deal is gonna be, other than just being an Ace fanboy. So we'll see.
Yep, an Ace fanboy who knows more than what he's letting on.
Hmm.
And I'm excited. I want to see the new Game Master more because I think he's funny. I think he's a funky little guy, and I want to see him more. I mean, I'm excited about the new Don Brothers coming out. The finally wrapping up or starting to like go into the Bestial storyline is going to be cool. Uh,
Yeah, like even though it doesn't really feel, or like the funniest thing too is that because of the way the story has been, we'd never really had like a mid-season lull. Like we had an episode here or there that didn't matter, but at the same time it like moved the story forward and then just asked another question. So it's like, nope, nope, you don't deserve to know anything yet. It's really
uh,
funny how they do this.
yeah,
It's
it's
like,
been a
oh
lot.
no, it's like, no, they're introducing Don Killer, and then they introduce Don Killer, and you're like, wait, really? They're just getting rid of him right,
And
right,
they
right,
just
right
they just
there.
got rid of him instantly. I
Yeah,
love Don Killer.
it's like they're like taking
I
like
hope we see him
season
in.
long mysteries that would be in other
Mhm.
shows and just throwing them into one episode as a throwaway, and it's like, you guys
No,
have to
that's
stop doing this.
I wish my only hope is that at some point we see Don Killer and Don Killer at some point just fight like just in the background.
Oh, that would be funny.
Or at some point, if when we're doing like the final episode, and you know how sometimes they'll do a wrap up where they'll show like, oh, here's where everyone is. They'll just do like a brief glimpse into space. It's just Don Killer still fighting.
Yeah. Ah, man, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. Like I said, we have 7 episodes left with them. I'm going to miss these dorks when it's their time to pass the baton over to
King
King
Ojo,
Oger.
which
Yeah,
again,
and
just suit wise has me really excited. But
yeah. Oh, I,
I'll miss them very much too. It's been a very good show.
one thing that I'm really going to enjoy is that even though we're going to get a lot of their personality when we see the press conference for it,
Right.
um,
Once you
what
see
we're
this
gonna
stuff, I'm gonna need you to link it to me so I can watch it later. I don't really know where to keep up with this stuff.
yeah, and the other oh yeah, definitely I'm gonna have to do that. The other thing too though is that we're going to see is that at the end of the season, like when they're saying like the credits,
Mhm.
right before they actually do show, like to say next week, it's like something about chivalry, most likely, for King Oger. What they do is that they always have what's called the handoff, where they
Yes, I've seen the handoff
oh,
where we'll see
I
the red pass it on to the red usually.
I'm so excited to see Don Momo and see how he does it
I feel like it's gonna
for
be really
Kuagata
funky.
King.
It's gonna be very funny.
Yeah, it's oh my god, it's
My
wait, I
current
said
guess for that
Kuagata.
is yeah, if my current guess for that is gonna be something about him like not wanting to like give it up and then it being like taken from him almost.
Mhm.
Uh that is my prediction for the red baton pass.
Yeah,
And with
it's
that,
gonna
our
be so
30
good.
minutes are just about up. Thank you as always for joining us on this half hour of Tokusatsu.
Yeah, I know, and I really, you need to go watch an Ultraman soon, don't you too? Right?
I gotta go. We're getting food and stuff on the way. I just
Okay,
feel
okay.
bad because people are quiet in the background right now. They're playing a
I think
board game while I do this, so
I think my dog is like, it's just like, just like looking at me like, can you, like, I want to bark.
yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
sorry, Azure's dog. You cannot yet. But with that, thank you so much for listening as always. I'll be posting up the line work for the Geet sticker soon so that people can see it. I think it's turned out pretty well so far.
Oh man, it looks really good, guys.
Thank you. And with that, we will see you next week.
Later.
This program is brought to you by.
Our unending love of Tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.